Good afternoon and welcome to K24 Newscast. A warm welcome to you this 20th day of August. Thank you for joining us. My name is Shiksha Arora, joined by our sign language interpreter this afternoon, Clement Muli. And of course, we will be taking you through the top stories of the day. Now, Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei was this morning arrested by detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations over incitement remarks he made at a funeral in Olessos this past Saturday. Now, Cherargei, who was whisked away by detectives from his Eldoret home to the Eldoret Central Police Station, was interrogated for hours before recording a statement on his utterances that have since been described as divisive and politically instigated. Right now, we'll be taking you to our reporter, Timothy Simwa in Eldoret, and he's going to be telling us the latest and what kind of reactions this arrest has elicited from residents there. Timothy.
Good afternoon to you, Shiksha. As you did mention in your introduction, is that today, very early in the morning, officers drawn from the DCIO, of course, pitched tent at Nandi Senator's home, that is Samson Cherargei. And of course, they did actually arrest him. Thereafter, he was taken to Eldoret Central Police Station. Shiksha, for the last 3 hours, the senator has been under interrogation by the DCI officers. This, as you did also mention, is that follows his remarks over the weekend. If I was to quote his words, he said, "We are profiling you and we are marking you na tutawashughulikia wakati ukifika." These are the same remarks, Shiksha, that have landed the senator in trouble with the office of the DCI. So, Shiksha, for the last 2 hours, the senator has been under interrogation, and during that time, we have not seen any single politician, neither drawn from his Jubilee party, neither from the National Senate, neither maybe, let's say, from the North region. There was none at the police station until at a time when the senator was taken out by the DCI officers. We've been trailing the vehicle, Shiksha, all the way from Eldoret town, and where I'm standing right now is in Kakamega County, and I can tell you certainly that the senator has been taken to Kisumu. This is the route the vehicle has taken, obviously indicating that the senator will be going to Kisumu, as some of the DCI officers have actually revealed to us. So it remains to be seen whether he's going to be actually charged before a court of law by the end of business today. But of course, from the little that we've been able to gather is that the senator will be charged with incitement. That is, once, according to the DCIO, amounted to incitement, and this in one way or the other can actually cause a public disharmony. So the senator is yet to respond. Of course, we've been trying to also to reach him, maybe just to get a word of what he has to say, perhaps to elaborate to us what exactly he might have meant, but that opportunity did not actually go through, Shiksha. So we'll be waiting upon the DCI officers just to see what will be their conclusion at the end of the day, and maybe some of the charges that will be preferred against the governor. Back to you, Shiksha. The senator, rather.
Thank you very much, Timothy Simwa, for that. Of course, we'll definitely be giving you more details on that particular story in our subsequent bulletins. But for now, moving on to live events, where the Mediation Committee on the Contentious Division of Revenue Bill is currently in a meeting aimed at brokering a deal on the revenue share for counties. Both the members of the Senate and those from the National Assembly have stood their grounds of 335.5 billion and 316.5 billion respectively. The bone of contention being the financing of the deficits. Right now, we'll be listening in from this meeting at the County Hall Chambers.
This is my point. Very simple. You cannot come here and lie to Kenyans that you're supporting devolution, yet you're keeping over 90 billion shillings in the Ministry of Health, yet those functions have been formed. So your argument, Honorable... okay, let me point of order. Finally, Chairman, I thank you. Point of order. I'll get back to my feet.
Chair, point of order is provided for just like when we are in the chamber. Chair, and you need to guide this. You know, you are the chair now.
No, people raise...
No, let me raise my point of order. Chair, yes, we are not... I said it as a way forward. The question was, where do we get this money? Already, when you talk about youth, when you talk about health, this... three arms of government has been appropriated. It has been appropriated for the national government, for the judiciary, for the parliament. There is no way we can talk pedestrian that there's money. No, Is it in order to tell us that already the budget, and I said it, the fiscal framework is already for 2019, 2020 is done. You cannot go and reopen budgets given to sector ministries and parastatals. Chair, I told you the way to go, and I think this meeting we need to go give a way forward. If you want to get money from the national treasury for the national government, call the accounting officer for the national treasury to come and sit here. If you want us to get money, let me finish. If you want us to get money from the judiciary, let the chief registrar of judiciary sit here. Chair. That is her money. If you want to get from the national, from the parliament, the two clerks as the accounting officers must sit here. Otherwise, you know, so he is out of order to tell us we will get money from youth, from health, from all these. We can't sit here.
This point of order.
Members.
Can I finish? Chair, because I was on the floor.
Let me give guidance here.
Yeah?
Let me give guidance here. I don't want people to raise a point of order and just give their views against the same one. Because everybody is giving his views. Frankly. Yes.
Thank you, Chairman. You know, Honorable Dwale, you don't have the monopoly of ideas. We spend time reading and seeing what is happening. So I think I'm finishing, and you disrupted my line of thoughts. Let's not lie to Kenyans. What is devolved should be left to the county governments. What you're saying right now here, I've shown you where you can get that money from. You cannot turn back and tell me that has already been appropriated. You cannot appropriate what you don't have. That is what Honorable Cecily Mbare said. You know, so in a nutshell, I've shown you where you can get the money. Get money, ring fence it, so that you can make sure that county governments spend that money for what is intended. Increase the shareable revenue. Thank you.
Good. Yes, no point of
Thank you, Chair.
No.
Chair, thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Chair,
No
thank you for giving on. Chair, first we need to make progress. And Chair, first we need to tell Kenyans that the amount of money that is going to the county government is 378 billion in this bill, including the conditional grants and all kind of monies, the roads money and everything. It's not 310, it's not 314, it's not 316, it's 378 billion shillings. That one we must clarify, which is very true. But secondly, Chair, can we have Chair, my suggestion is this. It is for a fact, Chair, that the economy is not doing as expected.
Yeah, I will, please.
And Chair, all these monies that have been given to the national government are monies that with costed functions. For example, the Senator has talked about the health, which is getting 47 billion. Chair, Kenyatta Hospital alone consumes 14 billion of that money. Non-communicable diseases are national government functions. And that's kind of a research, dealing with cancers and such things. So these are costed functions of national government. If I may. Okay. Chair, this is my view.
Yeah, that proposal, please.
My proposal.
Yes.
Chair, it is for a fact that the economy is not doing well. It's a fact that the figures we are discussing here are pegged on projected figures that the country is going, that the country is going to get 1.8 billion. And the funny thing about it, Chair, if revenues go up, counties get more money. No. If revenues go down, they don't share that deficit with the national government. It's only the national government that will bear that money. Is that true?
No, yes.
Now, lastly, Chair, my way forward is like this.
Yes, yeah.
Now, we have given, or we have proposed as National Assembly to give to the counties 316 billion,
I'll give you.
With a financial gap of 6.5 billion that we need to discuss how to raise. I am beseeching the senators, or I'm asking them, let's agree the 316. If the economy does well from now to January, we will have a supplementary budget, and we can increase the 10 or 15 billion that you want.
At least you have heard something.
That's my, if you are honest to the country. But if you are, and these monies are eaten in the counties, why are you people fighting for this money like this? This money is when they are eaten in the counties, you're not there. Please.
Senator Kebiru Kirinyaga, no information for who? Not for me. Yes,
thank you, Chair.
Yes.
Chair, for the last 1.5 hours, I've been listening as discussed about our fellow Kenyans and the money that will go to the 47 counties. And like somebody has mentioned here, we are discussing like we have come from Ethiopia. We all belong to this country. Chair, my request is, because even if we spend another 2 hours discussing here,
All right, of course, that is at County Hall. Quite a heated up environment right there regarding the contentious issues surrounding the division of revenue bill. Now moving on to other stories, where Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei, as we had mentioned earlier, this morning was arrested by detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations at his home in Uasin Gishu County over incitement remarks that he made at a funeral in Olesos this past Saturday. Now Cherargei, who was whisked away by detectives from his Eldoret home to the Eldoret Central Police Station, was interrogated for hours before recording a statement on his utterances that have since been described as politically instigated. And let's take a look at what happened earlier on.
9:30 a.m. and detectives from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations descended on the home of Nandi Senator Samson Cherargei, later arresting him over utterances he made this past Saturday during a funeral service.
Watu wanaendelea kupiga vita ya naibu wa rais. We are profiling you.
The first-time senator gave detectives an easy time cooperating with them as he was later whisked to the Eldoret Central Police Station to record a statement. Cherargei was interrogated for hours after sparking outrage on social media after a 36-second video clip captured him issuing threats to those fighting Deputy President William Ruto. The chilling message, interpreted by Kenyans online as incitement, warns those opposed to Deputy President as fighting his support base, with Cherargei putting them on notice that they are being profiled, marked and will be dealt with when the time comes. Before his arrest, Nandi East Divisional Criminal Investigation Officer Ahmad Wasilwa termed the Senator's 17th August remarks as threatening peace. The Senator's remarks have only served to heighten and expose the gravity of the factional wars in the Jubilee Party on Kenyatta's succession, no matter the cost. Cherargei joins the list of Kenyans, including Gatundu South MP Moses Kuria, who have in the past been summoned by the authorities of incitement. Shukri Wanchu, K24 Newscast.
And they say justice is always served in the eyes of the law. But in the case of 52-year-old Benson Muigai, who has eventually reconnected with his family and friends after serving 10 years imprisonment, who was wrongfully convicted over rape allegations of a 6-year-old girl. Right now, we'll be taking you to our reporter, Robbie Amondi, who has more details from this particular reunion. Quite an emotional time indeed for the family. What is the latest regarding this man? And what are some of the reactions from this story? Robbie.
Good afternoon, Shiksha. Yes, we are at Kiambu County, where the home of Mr. Benson Muigai, who has served 10 years imprisonment over allegations that he raped a 6-year-old girl, which he claims were not true, and now being left free to come back home to be met with a surprise party from friends and family who have gathered here today to celebrate his victory, or rather reconnecting with his friends and family. And maybe he can just tell us in brief, 10 years in prison, umekuwa ukiwa katika Kamiti prison kwa miaka 10. Ni nini kilipelekea ukaweza kushikwa na ni yapi ambayo umeweza kujifunza katika miaka hii 10?
Ile kitu kinituma niwe huko prison ni kitu ambayo mimi sijui. Kulikuwa tarehe 25 nikaenda bahari nikanunua ng'ombe. Nikinunua ng'ombe nikapeleka mpaka nyumbani hapa kwangu. Nikimaliza siku 3 hivyo nikasikia maneno mengine inaanza kutokea kwa ile ngambo nimepitia. Nikasikia ati nimesafanya kitendo sio mzuri kwa hiyo njia. Na nikashangaa. Nikaenda kwa chief, nikauliza hiyo maneno iko namna gani. Mimi nikashikwa, nikapelekwa police station ya Limuru na nikapelekwa Limuru kotini na nikafungwa kifungo ya maisha. Na kutoka hapo nikapelekwa Kamiti prison maximum. Na nikatumikia huko miaka 3 nikiwa nikitembea na hiyo kifungo ya maisha. Kutoka hapo nikafanya appeal. Nikapelekwa miaka 10. Nikapelekwa Kamiti medium na nikamalizia hiyo kifungo huko na nikarudi nyumbani siku ya leo.
Na ulipokuwa pale Kamiti hiyo miaka 10, familia, marafiki ambao walikuwa wanakuja kutembelea, ni kipi ambacho uliweza kujifunza ukiwa pale na kutoka kwa familia ambao walisimama na wewe kwa muda huu wote?
Nimesaona vile vitu, kila kitu huyu watu wangu na familia wako na upendo. Nimefurahia sana.
Na ni changamoto gani ambazo ulipitia ambazo labda unaweza ukatueleza, na ni yapi ambao umejifunza kutoka kwa hizo changamoto?
Changamoto ile nimesapitia huko, changamoto mingi sana na nikajua mengi hata ya kukaa naye hapa. Hata nikiona mtu akifanya kitu kama hiyo nikamwambia, hata mimi ni kama mwalimu sasa siku hizi, nikiona mtu akifanya nikamwambia unataka kuenda huko na huko sio kusuri.
Asante sana. Yes, those are some of the sentiments he has shared today. Would like to let him continue the celebrations of the day because he just got here and family and friends are waiting to celebrate him in a big way. And as we know, we have been told earlier by the people we've talked to here, he is someone who is relatable to everyone in this village. Back to you, Shiksha, in studio.
Before that update, of course, celebrations are definitely in order right there. Quite a good feeling, especially when you reunite with your family and friends. Now, moving on to other stories today that are making headlines, we'll be taking you to Crown Plaza, where the Controller of Budget is officially in a meeting with the National Assembly, and we'll be taking you to our reporter, that is Daniel Kuriyuki, who's going to be giving us more details on this later on. But for now, let's listen in to what's happening in this particular meeting as we speak.
Senior team, please ensure that this process is concluded. I'll be a very, very happy person. Finally, may I thank you all guests for coming. When we were planning, I was wondering, shall we be able to get even half of this audience? I'm very pleased to see a full house. Thank you very much. And thank you, Honorable Speaker, and a good friend of mine. Thank you very much, Speaker of National Assembly, for honoring this invitation to grace this occasion. I do not take this in a way, simple way. You have done your best to be here. I know you arrived yesterday from overseas, and you are here. And you sent me a text to remind me. When I reminded you, you told me. I thought we actually confirmed this 2 weeks ago. Thank you very much. I am humbled by your presence. My brother, Ken, I always forget that and call you Ken. I should, because you are my brother. Speaker, thank you very much. You have supported me, even when you are the PS. And when I called you yesterday, you told me you will come. I am humbled by your presence. Governors, Governor Alfred Mutua and Governor Utichilo, I am very happy. And my friend Chikas, a good friend of mine, and Ezra, at lunchtime, asked me to tell you a joke that Governor gave me when we were abroad. You will laugh. Thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you, all of you. I am so happy to see you. My friends are here. Many friends. Mudhoni Wangai, a good friend of mine. If you can just wave, my dear. There's a very good story between me and Mudhoni, but in the interest of time.
All right, of course, that is in Crown Plaza, where the office of the Controller of Budget, that's officials, are currently held up in a meeting with National Assembly members. Well, moving on to other stories, where Malindi Member of Parliament Aisha Jumwa has declared that she will not support the ODM candidate Ruben Katana in the Ganda ward by-election, citing lack of consultation by the party leadership. Now, speaking during the official launch of the campaigns for the by-election, Jumwa said that ODM picked a candidate that is not the preferred choice for Gada people, instead of giving the ticket to the immediate former candidate Abdul Rahman Mohammed, who had been elected in an ODM ticket in 2017 before the court nullified his election. Jumwa said that she will channel her energy to support Mohammed, who will be seeking his re-election in an independent ticket.
ODM kilinitoa mimi katika chama katika mipango yao na orodha zao huko kwa chama. Lakini mimi nilienda kotini kuitafuta haki yangu kwanza na haki ya mtu wa Malindi aliyenipigia kura mimi. Na mahakama ikaamua ya kwamba yale yote yaliyofanywa na ODM ilikuwa ni hujuma na ilikuwa ni kuhujumu haki za Aisha Jumwa na watu wake wa Malindi. Koti ikasema mimi ni mwanachama wa ODM. Kile kitu ambacho hivi sasa kimenifanya mimi siwezi kuunga mkono candidate wa chama cha ODM ni kwamba number one, I was not consulted as the area MP for Malindi on an ODM ticket. Kwa hivyo mimi hawakunishauri, mimi ndio mbunge hapa nikiwa wa chama cha ODM, because chama cha ODM kingeniuliza ni nani ambaye watu Waganda wanataka, ningewaambia wanamtaka Abdurrahman. Lakini chama cha ODM hakikuweza kufanya hivyo, kikanipuzilia mbali, kikaniona mimi sifai na kikachukua ushauri kutoka nje ya Ganda na nje ya Malindi. Kwa hivyo mimi ninavyowaambia watu wa Ganda, mimi ninaunga mkono Abdurrahmani 101% juu, bila kuogopa wala wasiwasi, manake kiongozi ambaye amefanya kazi ndani ya Ganda ni Abdurrahman.
Moving on, candidates eyeing the Mutonguni ward representative seat in Kitui County were yesterday given the green light by the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission to contest for the seat after meeting the requisite requirements. The courts had declared the seat vacant after Maendeleo Chapchap's Muse Mati won a petition questioning NARC candidate Felix Baridi's win. Mutongoi Ward returning officer Ruben Mutua said the 7 aspirants were cleared after submitting their nomination papers. 4 more contestants are expected to hand in the documents this Tuesday. The by-election will be held on the 17th of October.
Watu wa Mtonguni wamehangaika miaka 2, lakini sisi kuanzia tarehe 18 watu wa Mtonguni watapata ukombozi wenye hoja hii kuona tangu hii Kenya ipate uhuru.
We are receiving our aspirants and taking them through the process. So far we have cleared 4 candidates whom we have verified their documents and found that they are valid for nomination.
Now, officials from Narok County Children's Department have raised concerns over the increasing incidence of oppression of orphans by their guardians and relatives in the county. Now, officials say some cases include relatives marrying off underage orphaned girls, selling their inheritance, among other atrocities. Gloria Milimu reports.
Speaking during aggregation ceremony of one of the orphans who was forced to flee from early marriage and female genital mutilation while under the care of her relatives, Narok Children's Officer Pilot Hayemba says the department has seen an increase in the number of cases involving oppression of orphans by guardians. Hayemba says the oppression ranges from forced marriage to selling off orphans' inheritance, among others.
Tukipata kesi yoyote ambayo watoto ni yatima na watoto wamefurushwa kutoka manyumbani, haitakuwa sasa tena inaenda kwa chifu. Hiyo ni kesi yenye tutakuwa tunaipeleka kwa koti ya watoto hapa Narok, ili tuweze kuhakikisha ya kwamba koti inasimama na watoto yatima, na koti inatoa order ya kuhakikisha ya kwamba wale ambao wanapaki wanapochunga watoto wa mayatima, hiyo mali ya wale watoto inachungwa vizuri kwa manufaa ya hawa watoto.
Ikaweza kukua ya umakini sana, serikali ikaweza kutusaidia kwa sababu wazazi ambao ni mandugu ama dada wa wazazi waliofariki wanaweza kukataa na shamba hizo. So naomba serikali ikaweza kutusaidia ili wasiweze kutake advantage. Ikaweza kukua like kama wazazi waliacha hiyo shamba ama mali yoyote ambayo iliachwa, ikaweza kukua responsibility ya children's home. If it's a children's home, then ikuwe responsibility ya children's home. Kama ni ule mzazi mwenye anawatake care, ikuwe responsibility under the government care.
According to the officials, about 16 underage girls from the region have been impregnated, with no action being taken against those behind the pregnancies. Gloria Milimu, K24 Newscut.
And that's how we're going to be wrapping up this edition of K24 Newscut this afternoon. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Shiksha Arora, joined by our sign language interpreter this afternoon, Clement Muli. We'll do this again tomorrow, same time. But until then, don't go anywhere. Coming up next, we have Tony Kwalanda on Sports Hub.